Hello everyone, we're taking a look again at Christ, the life of the soul. I expect this video to be a brief one because it touches on something that is fairly brief. We're taking another look at holiness, holiness in the Trinity. And again, with the last video we were just kind of forming and shaping what holiness is a little bit. We were talking about it the last time as perfect love of God, and our task to be detached from all things so as to be attached to God, to be holy. And we're looking at it now as holiness in the Trinity. And the important thing for us to take in this portion is that holiness is sharing in the life of the Holy Trinity. We learn about the inner life of God revealed to us so as to know what it means to be holy in God. That's holiness at its highest perfection. He gives one definition here of holiness. I love definitions because you can say everything in a vague way, or you can be specific and continue to round it out and shape it like a sculpture. And this is what Blessed Columba Marmion keeps doing. He continues to round out and shape what holiness looks like as if he were sculpting. And this is a work of art, like a sculpture. It's just a literary work of art. Holiness in God is the union of God with himself in the unity of his nature and the Trinity of the persons. Holiness in God, the union of God with himself in the unity of his nature, in the Trinity of the persons. I think this kind of goes back to 1 John 4:8, where St. John the Evangelist says that God is love. And I think that is a way to understand that definition. You got that. Whenever I think about that, the unity of God and the Trinity, and St. John's depiction of God as love. I know this is cheesy, but I think of Huey Lewis in the News, the power of love. So, he has all this waxing on in this song about the power of love. Of course, he's not talking about God, but I can take the general the first statement, the power of love, the chorus, I guess, and apply it to all of this, and it seems that the greatest unity that is the power of love, the love between the Father and the Son, and the procession of the Holy Spirit. This is the greatest unity, is this Trinity, the power of love, the power that creates, the power that sustains, is the power of love. Or, to be more specific, is love itself, not merely the power of love, but is love itself, who is God. So, holiness in God, the union of God with himself in the unity of his nature, and the Trinity of persons. So, what we do is we continue to learn, we continue to grow in virtue into that image of Jesus Christ, who is the visible person, the visible man, God become flesh. And in this revelation, we continue to seek out and to realize the inner life of God. It is through that we receive the inner life of God. And so we reach its highest perfection. And this is, kind of touches on a thing he says later. He says, God has decreed that we enter into a sharing of this inner life that belongs to him alone. God has decreed that we share in something that belongs to him alone. That's the power of love. That soul unity that is the greatest unity, we get to participate in that. you know. And it's not at the expense of ourselves. It's not like the Eastern religions where you have to empty yourself out and, you know, you get captivated into the one, which is just an emptying of yourself. No, my participation in the Holy Trinity, you know, if I persevere to the end, will be Saint David. I maintain who I am, and still in the dative case, still to and for God. Thanks for listening. Hope it was beneficial. If it's beneficial, please like and subscribe. Maybe it'll be beneficial for someone else. Stay hungry, my friends.